Hi guys, Christina here. So for today's video, I'm doing another foundation review. I'm actually very active in terms of looking for foundation that would work for my skin. I have oily to combination skin and it's always a challenge to find foundation that would last on my skin because it produces a lot of oil as I go through the day. So we're testing out the L'Oreal Paris Matte Magique 12-Hour Bright Matte Foundation. I just saw this in PCX. I'm not sure if this is their new launch or it's been there for a while. I got this for 400 pesos and you get 30 ml of product. I got the shade N3 Nude Vanilla. This is the nearest to my skin tone, but they have different color selection. This has SPF 11 and it says here, first bright matte foundation from L'Oreal Paris, matte without the flat. And on the packaging, this is actually very helpful. I like this. I'm not sure if this is on their other packagings, but I really like this because it gives you the idea of what to expect out of this foundation in terms of texture, coverage, finish, and the long lasting or the wear of the foundation. For this particular product, it has air light texture, it has natural coverage, semi-matte finish, and it should last 12 hours. Let's just quickly open the packaging. I like foundations in tubes because I can easily bring them when I travel. I'm gonna squeeze a bit of the product here. This is the shade. The consistency is just right. It's not too watery and not too thick. Yep, so that's how it looks. It blended really well with my skin, but we're gonna test this. Right, so let's get started. I'm gonna apply the product on this side using a beauty sponge and this side using a brush. Alright, so just one layer of the foundation. You can definitely see and notice the difference. It was able to cover the redness on my face and it doesn't feel tacky at all. It dried really quickly. Na-feel ko agad it's matte. So it definitely has natural coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a layer on this side using a brush. Alright, so on the brush side, I don't see any difference if you compare it to the beauty sponge side. It applies just the same and I don't see streakiness on the brush side as well. Some foundation, when I apply using a brush, they look very streaky. This one, it doesn't look streaky at all. It works either way using a beauty sponge or a brush. And the product instantly dried up. I don't feel any tackiness or anything at all. I can actually get away without having to set the foundation because it's like matte and I don't feel any dewiness or tackiness at all. It also didn't cling on my dry areas like beside my nose, my forehead area, and my chin area. So far, I don't see that yet. Hopefully not. I'm gonna apply another layer just to see if this foundation is buildable or not. And yes, this is buildable. Even with 2 layers of the foundation, it doesn't feel heavy on my skin and I would say it still looks very natural. And even though the finish is matte, I can still see my skin glowing, though it's like really dry and matte. So yeah. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put on my face, apply the rest of the makeup, and I'll come back. Okay, I've put on my makeup and this is how it looks now. I really like how the foundation looks on my skin. The only thing though is my skin is starting to feel very dry. I might need to set this if it becomes worse. It looks okay, but I feel it like drying up. And I have oily to combination skin. So if you have drier skin, you will need to set this with setting spray or apply more moisturizer before you even apply this foundation. Okay, now we're gonna test this foundation. I will update you guys in about 3 to 4 hours. See ya!